As you know, it's the big one. We've been excited about this one as the transfer season is at the start. And as we said goodbye to our friend Carter after they won the treble this past year. Big Treble has joined us back for the EPL predictions, along with our regular boys, my boy Charles, King Charles. Congratulations. What cup did you win today, sir? What was the trophy?
Joan Gamper. I mean, I don't know, just another. I mean, Barcelona's, success is Tottenham's failure, so it is what it is. But I wore my Ansu Fati jersey in honor of the game-winning goal today. Carter can slander all he wants, and also to support the Spanish women who are moving on in the Women's World Cup.
Ansu's there. It's just that his knee ligament is going to fall off in like 3 months.
Well, he'll be other team's problem soon enough.
I'll fight both y'all. Where we starting at?
Our man X is here. We can't wait to get in touch with him and talk about his standings. And our boy JK, the man, the myth, the legend, Boston, New England's own, my favorite Greek man. What's up, baby? How you feeling?
Oh, pause.
Hey.
Hey,
All right. Listen, feeling good. It's about to be a flu game performance. I'm coming off this stomach bug, about to go crazy, like I'm Jordan. Cart is with me, so a little bit of comfort. You know what I'm saying? I've known Cart the longest. The rest of you guys, a little bit intimidating, man. You know what I'm saying? Not you, ML, but X and Charles.
I'm just a nice guy, man. I got 2 daughters. X and Charles do not take it easy out on our boy JK, especially as United have been moving this year and this summer. I know, Charles, you got some thoughts for them. But we got to start it out. As we know, we have our top 6 predictions, as well as you're going to hear our player of the year, as well as our most disappointing team, our who's going to be our surprise team, and then also who's going to win the most trophies in the from representing from the EPL, and what are those other teams who may not have any trophies in their trophy case for the last 15 years? Are they going to win one finally? But got to start it with the Big Treble boys, Carter and Charles. Your top 6, just one difference. And I think actually, Carter, I'm going to give you the opportunity to maybe convince Charles of why Arsenal is not going to be in the top 6. For the record, folks, you'll be able to see it on the big graphic of our boys. Charles has teams, only one difference. But Carter, we're going to give you an opportunity to convince Charles why Arsenal is not going to be in the top 6 this year.
Before I do any convincing, can we address my cut?
Yeah.
Why are we just acting like it's just? Why are we just acting like it's not here?
I said it before we pressed record, but now that we're here,
I want to record it.
Very impressive, sir. I was commenting. I think your line is great. I can't wait to get my fade tomorrow, 12:30. Can't wait.
Carter, how old are you? 30?
Yeah.
It took 30 years for you to visit a barber of color, but congratulations. Better late than never. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Now can we move on? These are good Yelp reviews.
We'll move on. There's a reason you don't record without a hat on, but we'll talk about that at a later time. And there's a reason that me and Charles don't have a difference in our top 6, because I consider us ball knowers. We know exactly what's going on throughout the game. And I mean, do I need to list my big 6, ML? Is that what you need? Or my top 6? Sorry.
I got you. I listed for you. Carter has Manchester City United in 2nd, Liverpool Football Club in 3rd, Chelsea Football Club in 4th, coming from the bottom 10 to top 4, Arsenal in 5th, and Aston Villa in 6th, which was a late change by you to bring it up to speed. Charles actually has City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Arsenal. Tottenham finishing in the top 3. Charles, go ahead and do it. You want to. Just put Chelsea up there. Just have him replace Arsenal.
No. Not that. It has nothing to do with that. I was so encouraged watching Tottenham play today. The playing once a week, I think, is going to benefit them. I think one of the teams that are playing once a week, and I was watching them play today without Sonny and without Kane. Yeah, man, I just think they're gonna have a good year. I think this is I got Kane as player of the year, so it kind of ties into that. I think Harry's gonna really put on and really like. I think Haaland's going to get the golden boot, but I don't think it's going to be a lot. I think Harry's going to have a shit ton of assists to go with it. I just think the way that they're going to play with Ange, I think Ange's going to get manager of the year as well because he's going to have them playing football that they're actually like that's actually eye pleasing, get Dion out of bed at an early time. So I mean, I'm all in. Today was encouraging. They went against Barca and held their own, and that was all I needed to see.
Stop it! The Gamper swung you.
Hey man, it's the style of play, the passing patterns. My uncle Iman was out there balling, man. Like I said, it was aesthetically pleasing football. I thought it's hard to say that about a Tottenham football team.
Yeah, they still threw Davidson Sanchez out there, so I guess we're just not addressing that. But the main thing I want to push back on you with Charles is, and I understand, I understand what they've done. I love the guys that they have. Luis Diaz probably one of my favorite players, honestly, in all of the game. I feel like he doesn't get enough respect. But the fact of the matter is Virgil van Dijk not on the downswing of his career? And then who started next to him? Mata? Like Gomez? That they have been leaking goals. They were leaking goals last season, and in the preseason they've been leaking goals. So they ain't going to be able to outscore everybody every single game. And when they were at their best, at least to me, it's their defense that was just completely at the top of the game. And Virgil was one of the best center backs in soccer. He's just not that anymore after that ACL. So I need you to talk to me on that one a little bit.
I wholeheartedly agree with you. I definitely feel like a lot of the goals that they're giving up is because they like. I feel like Virgil is more exposed because everything comes through them having a weak midfield last year. The fact that they bolstered the midfield, I think, just fixed it actually links the two, their amazing firepower and attack. It actually gives them a little bit more cover and defense. I think they're going to be able to this year. They'll actually go back to just outscoring people. But I think they will be able to. I don't think they're going to leak as many goals because they're not going to have Jordan Henderson out there slow as shit. Like at least they got people with legs. Half of what they needed was just people that could run. So I definitely think they're going to be they're going to be crisper. I think Cody Gakpo is going to be one of the best players in the league. We had a surprising breakout player. I would have picked Gakpo as my breakout player. I think he's going to have a crazy year. I think Darwin might actually finish, a chance here and there.
Darwin, you talking about Uruguayan Morata?
Don't do it like that.
I'm starting. I have notes. I have a notepad of names made up for players once they start missing. Just let that be known.
Himself in such good spots. I can't the man knows how to get in position to score a goal. I don't know if he scored a goal, but that's kind of like Morata. Morata be finding himself in some great positions. But I just believe in him. I think they're gonna bounce back. I think there's gonna be more carryover from what the end of the season into this year. They're just picking up. I think they just were getting back to kind of how they want to. And then obviously moving Trent in the midfield is going to help too. I think they'll continue to exploit that as well. So I just think they're going to be better. I think they're going to walk teams down, and I just got more faith. I think last year was more an aberration, and they're going to go back to being the Liverpool of old. Then they'll be more like last year. I just think it's more of last year was more of a blip, and they're going to go back to being the second best team in the Premier League.
Carter and Charles, you both have Chelsea in your top four. I asked to bring you into conversation. You do not have Chelsea in your top four. Please school these dudes. They can't just trust in Pochettino. This isn't the Tottenham of old about to just.
Honestly, I was going to put them fourth until I found out that Nkunku might miss 8 to 10 weeks with a knee injury.
12 weeks.
And I thought that if he was up front, he was going to put a lot of goals in for them. Now I'm just not. I mean, who's going to be their main goal scorer? I'm not sure. I do like that Nicholas Jackson kid or whatever his name is. He's good, but I think Nkunku would have been a difference maker. So I got them finishing 6.
If they get Valovich, Carter, is that what you and Charles are banking on?
Locking him in top 4. I still got all my Valovich stock. I think he's on 23. I don't even know why Poch is even debating this. They keep saying it's Pochettino's decision. I don't even know what's holding this up.
The money, because how much? Because I imagine that.
Lukaku plus 30 million, but they didn't say it was a sporting issue. They said it was up to Pochettino. If he wants to do it, they'll do it.
They'll be all right. I really like what they're gonna. I mean, honestly, and I know it's simple and I know it's a cop out, but them having Pochettino is just gonna make the absolute world of difference. And I think they actually got a lot. I know they just, they buy like Charles likes to text me all the time. They just buying players. Like if you stay quiet for 5 seconds, you listen long enough, Chelsea gonna buy somebody. But they really did bring in some nice pieces. And I think they also got like some nice youth. Like I like the young dudes, like Nicholas Jackson showed some things. I know it's preseason. I know it's USA like tours and things like that. But I found myself being like, damn, who's that kid or who's that random dude on Chelsea that I've never seen before? And Nicholas Jackson is the one that stood out the most to me. Like what he was doing consistently, I was like, okay, yeah, he had one game. He did that the whole tour against some really good defenses too. And it wasn't just scoring goals. It was hold up play. It was assists. He was doing everything. So they really got something with him. And I know that, Pochettino's just going to wrap his arms around him and just turn him into something great. Like I got all the faith and stock in that man. So they're gonna bounce back. The only reason that I don't have them finishing higher is because they still play Cucurella, and that man is a bum, an absolute bum. Let that be known. And I hate that my dog Raheem Sterling is going out like this. But my dog, he might be playing Inter Miami soon. The way he's been looking, and that pains me to see because that's my dog. Unless he wants to come back home, we can fix him.
That could use him.
So could you.
No.
You'd be the best English winger on your team.
Relax. Okay. Speaking of which, we might as well just go there, Carter. I've noticed that you don't have. It looks like you have Arsenal going back to the Europa League.
Yeah. Okay. It's not a talent thing for me. It really isn't. And credit to y'all last year when the pressure was on y'all, even though y'all did fumble it, stumble down the stretch, even though you had, I don't know, I don't want to misquote anybody, a couple fingers on the trophy or something like that, some phrase like that. I don't know what the exact one was. Y'all can clear that up when y'all need to. But you did show a little bit of resiliency as far as being able to, withstand some things, finish as high as y'all did. And then I feel like y'all did have a good transfer window in the summer. But at the same time, there's so much expectations on y'all, like from the fan base, from everybody else. There's like the weight of the world, I feel like, on y'all club, and it'd be the perfect time for y'all to crumble. And I feel like once the wheels fall off, the wheels might really fall off. Like ML, you talk so highly about Xhaka and like the leader that he is. There was times last season when Xhaka was the guy who like brought y'all together. Now I don't rate him as high as y'all do on the field, but at least he was the guy who was like the rah-rah and like, rallied the troops. Y'all ain't got that this year. Like when y'all start stumbling, who's gonna get the troops back together? Is it gonna be Odegaard? Is it gonna be Smith Rowe? Niggas check the polar bear. You shit like X.
Declan Rice gonna be the captain of this team anyway. But look,
Declan Rice has been there for 4 weeks.
Yeah, but for now, but he's also a future English captain as well. So
I'm just saying, is there not the weight of the world on your club this season?
No, because everybody still expects City to win it. Let's be honest. We can all agree that Arsenal probably.
But the team they're picking to challenge City, is it not y'all this season?
Yeah, which it should be. It absolutely should be.
That's pressure.
Sure. Yeah, sure. But I mean, what you say that we fumbled, I just say Saliba got hurt and we were playing Rob Holding. And we didn't have anybody to come in for him, right? It wasn't even him. Tomiyasu said, like, bro, we had nobody on the bench, like nobody. And so now, not only do we have people to come off the bench, we can withstand injuries. Like now we have versatility in our lineup. We're not going to be as predictable, right? We can experiment. If we're going up against a City, we could put Partey and Rice as double pivots. If we're going against a team that's going to play in the low block, all right, well, now we bring in Havertz in the midfield. We put Charlotte up the middle. Like we have optionality. We didn't have that last season. You know what I'm saying? So now it's not like, yo, if our fastball
optionality slide on by, huh?
That's a good word. And
I need a word check on that one. That was a good word if it actually is a word.
I was letting it slip.
I didn't mean to cut you off when you was cooking next. I'm sorry.
I find it offensive. Come on, you know my vocabulary. Right? I'm playing like 710 SATs in English. But look, that's neither here nor there. But look, that's back in the day when it was out of 1600, so don't disrespect me. But yeah, man, I think y'all do a lot of projecting for these other teams. Y'all ignore a lot of warts, like who's like to your point, who's gonna play on that back four in Liverpool? And they're like, well, they'll figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, we're more physical and we're deeper. So yeah, we should be the number 2 team. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that's pressure. I think the team puts that pressure on themselves because they feel like they might have fucked it up, and so I think they're hungry. And we showed that by spending 20 million in the purchase transfer window.
Carter, what's the difference in pressure for Arsenal and United? And we will be bring JK into this to speak on that. Let me just give you a quick stat. Man United so far, since Ten Hag has been in place, has spent 396 million euros. Okay. That's more than Jurgen Klopp has spent in his entire time at Liverpool. Why isn't United get the same type of pressure that Arsenal's getting right now? To win?
Nobody cares about United. Nobody
That's not
takes United
true.
seriously.
That's not
They
true
don't even
at
have,
all.
they don't even have proper facilities, bro. What are you talking about? Niggas can't
Yeah,
take a
but
shower there.
we know
He's
this.
dingy. He's dingy. Hey, man, I'm like, what you talking about?
I mean, for me at least, if I guess I talked about the pressure on Arsenal, there's definitely pressure on United because eventually, like, you got to make that turn. It's not like Ten Hag's got to get his guys in. Oh, he's got to get his system. He's got to get his culture in here. Like, eventually, that like shit wears off, and you got to make moves. Now, it's gonna pain him to the day he walks away from the game that he spent $100 million on a Brazilian twisty top. Like, that's gonna kill him. He'll never ever get over the fact that he spent that much money on Anthony, because that's never ever gonna look like a good investment ever. But what I'll say is that eventually, like, they're gonna have to take that step. I feel like, and I feel like United is more equipped to make that step this year, honestly. And even I say that as a City fan, I truly do think that they got some pieces in place to make a step, and the jerseys they just released are fire. So that definitely factors in. Them long sleeve whites and that ad or the release video, that shit was hard.
Yeah, those are fire. I ain't gonna lie there.
And that factors into it.
Jacob, we're gonna bring in one of your United folks here in a second, but we just want to make sure we got Carter on record there. So you truly believe United, though? Is Liverpool, obviously you don't believe in their defense. Yeah, I don't think any of us do, but we're just going to give Klopp, and knowing that they don't have to play in Champions League, the benefit of the doubt. Carter, I don't feel like you really believe in your top four, though. I don't think you truly believe in your fourth team.
I mean, I definitely feel like Chelsea made their way into the top four because I just went off about how much I believe, in what Pochettino can do. That's really the thing I kind of put him up there. And look, I feel like y'all are taking this way too much as like Arsenal slander. Like, I think y'all suck. I don't think y'all suck. I think y'all got the pieces. Like, y'all got a nice team. I literally think it's just like every team has a year where they just don't get it done. Like Liverpool's in Europa League this year. That shit happens. Like, that shit could happen to y'all. It's not like completely out of this world that it could happen.
They're just not. So I'll let X jump on it. Let's do this really quick. What does a Chelsea and Arsenal combined 11 look like right now?
Am I out of pocket for taking? I'd rather have Kepler over Ramsdale right now. He looked shaky in the preseason.
The funny thing is Chelsea wanted Raya, who we just signed.
I mean,
that was their first target, and they didn't get him. And actually, we brought him in to be the backup.
You over here just springing combined 11s on.
I would not jump to that conclusion, Emil.
I'm cool if he's, how I feel, especially if we're going to use Havertz as, more of the long,
I would like 30 seconds to speak on Havertz.
I'm gonna wait for. I'm not gonna let Carter slander him too much. I'm gonna wait for Braylon to get on, and then you can slander him.
Who said I'm gonna slander Havertz?
No, that's Charles.
I'm a Havertz truther.
Hey, y'all see the vision.
I see it. No, listen, we'll get to it. But look, combined 11. Look, we don't even got to do all that. Arsenal the better team.
Is there just anybody in who would you have like in the back that Carter that instead of anybody that Arsenal has?
Okay, but what did I just say? What did I just say to y'all? It's not a talent thing. It's a team stumble thing.
Carter, here's what I feel like. I feel like if Mel and I were Manchester United fans, you would have United getting relegated. I think this is just hatred for Mel and myself, mostly
Mel, because I think United did everything that I thought I wanted to do. They get rid of Slabhead. They, you know what I'm saying? Rashford's finally actually hooping. They're doing like Bruno's playing like one of the best midfielders in the Prem. Like they're doing some things over there. I really truly believe they are. I believe y'all are too. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are talented. Like I know y'all hear Dion and Charles talk. They talk, but have I ever slandered soccer?
No, can't say that you
Never.
have.
No.
I haven't. Like I know what a top level player he is. Like Charles over there smirking. He gonna one day come around. It's gonna happen.
I'm not concerned about him. It's fine. It's really a concern.
just
This is for people
All
that
right, but real quick, Carter, before I let you go,
Y'all
last season, we saw City, Arsenal, and I came on here and I admitted, physically, we won a completely different league than y'all. We were JVTR varsity. From what I know it's just a community shield. I don't care about the result. I care about the performance. Will you agree that Timber, Sedovchenko, Havertz on the front line, being able to kick deep to him being able to hold off some of y'all bigger defenders, even fucking the other guy that we brought in, they add physicality to our lineup to where now you're not just gonna fucking strong arm us out of position and just take the ball from us. Physically, we can compete with City. I'm not saying we're better, but I'm saying that we added enough physicality to where you're not just gonna big brother us off the field. Did you see that on Sunday? And do you think that that will translate for the season?
So I did. I guess I see that physicality wise, but at the same time, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like y'all match up, y'all have the talent, but it's just it's different getting over that hump. Y'all haven't got over that hump yet. And I don't know if this season is the year y'all get over the hump. I don't consider last season getting over the hump. I think it's gonna take a little bit of time. And also, who's bagging goals for y'all?
Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli.
Saka's gonna be seeing 2 to 3 guys every single time. You tell me Kenya's gonna be the main guy up front?
Trossard's, yo, he's been balling.
He is, but he's tiny and looks like a raccoon. He's a winger. He ain't a finisher. He's nice. Don't get me wrong, but he ain't a guy who just. I like the idea of having those guys creating and attacking for others. Like they can bag goals for themselves, of course. But if y'all had Gabby fit perfect into y'all system, perfectly, like he is. But right now he can't go 2 months without tearing up his knee. So like what's gonna happen? Like I think there's a little bit of a void in that area if I had to find like the weak point of y'all team. And there was talk about it being Flo, but now it looks like he's gonna be on his way out. And I think that Nketiah is a good player, don't get me wrong. But honestly, to be a top level team, I don't even think Nketiah is a serviceable backup. And that's not slander to him. I just think if you're gonna be a top level team winning trophies, that can't be your backup.
No, I agree. He makes this too predictable because he's not versatile, right?
Right.
Like I think there was an entire game where Nketiah and Martinelli didn't complete a single pass between the two of them, right? That doesn't happen if Jesus is there. That doesn't happen if Trossard or Havertz is there. That happens when Nketiah's there because Nketiah is just, he's in a box and yeah, he'll punch in some goals, but he doesn't, he's not going to do much else. But I agree. Would we look more dangerous with a more natural 9? Yes. I do agree that that's probably our biggest weakness. That's probably where we spend our money next season. But I mean, we scored the most goals in the Prem last year, so we can say that that's a problem. But even when Nketiah started 10 matches for us, we still scored the more goals in City, right? You don't think of it that way, but we did. So it's like if that's our biggest weakness, then I mean, what are we going to score? 20 goals less this season? I doubt it. I don't see that happening.
Charles Carter.
Sorry, too much facts for you, Charles. You're shaking your head because I know.
No. Charles, you chill. Chill on us. We'll bring back Arsenal. Charles Carter while we have Carter.
What I was shaking my head wasn't about Arsenal. I was shaking my head at American soccer for the fact that y'all ban Balogun. Y'all need a striker. You just said just striker. American football.
All you and Dion come back to. This is all you and Dion come back to.
No, I wish this was a USA soccer episode because the disdain that y'all have for them dudes and the level y'all go to hate them dudes is ridiculous. I ain't calling them world class, man. We're not, but y'all are acting like they should be potting with us.
Look, they're a step above Guatemala. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? But we want to throw a parade.
We're not going
there. Crazy. I'll tell you right now, Flo's better than Nketiah.
Put the boys on Montpellier, whatever the hell it is, Strasbourg.
Carter, Charles, who's winning more trophies this year, Barcelona or City?
Who's winning more trophies this year?
Barca, because La Liga's ass.
La Liga was asked last year, and y'all still won more trophies than Barcelona.
Well, they finally found a little bit of funding. You know, they got a sponsor on their jersey now, so they can register players. So that should work in their favor.
Charles.
Run me Bruno. Run me Bernardo, man.
No, he's staying.
Go ahead, run me. And that's what I'm asking. Ask him.
He's staying, and Kyle. I can't believe they're staying for real. I don't know. Honestly, I'm really confused. But hey, I'll take it.
I need to answer, Charles. While Carter's here, I need to answer.
At least give me Cancelo. At least give me Cancelo. But I would go City. City more trophies.
So you haven't won.
How many do Barca win? Oh, what do you got? 2, 3,
One.
One. Just the league.
Won the league. I'll be good with that. They're not gonna win Champions League, and Copa's a crapshoot.
By the way, Carter, optionality, stating which choice or discretion is allowed. So hold that. You know what I mean?
That's on Urban Dictionary.
No, Merriam-Webster. I know you prefer the Caucasian side of things until recently, as evidenced by your haircut. So
it's crazy. Carter, give us some lasting words, man. We're gonna make sure we get you throughout the year. Obviously, gotta make sure we get the city perspective. Actually, just quick news that just came out. I think in the last hour and a half. I want to make sure we got your quick thoughts on it before you give your lasting words. Lucas Paqueta from West Ham, Brazilian international. Looks like y'all are talking about 70 mil for him.
City?
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. I mean, I guess.
Nice.
I guess that's crazy. 70 M's?
They haven't.
Euros.
Yeah, they haven't accepted yet.
Oh, we might finish third if that's where our mind's at. What the fuck?
You ain't messing with Lucas Paqueta?
Hell no. All he is a dancer. 70 M's? That's crazy.
Y'all need that.
The transfer market is broken as hell. 70 million for Luke. What did McAllister go for?
Your fourth team.
Yeah, but that was different though.
Your fourth place team broke the transfer market, man. Your Chelsea boys with Enzo. That really screwed up everything.
I don't know. I mean, I hate watching McKenna play soccer. I truly do. I hate watching him play at the national team level. I hate watching him play any form. I hate watching him play in fucking the streets of Brazil.
I feel like Pep can fix anybody. So anytime they sign somebody, I'm just like, I just think of them in their best form. So I'm just like, yeah, they'll figure it out.
That's all.
Pep will put them in there. Somehow score 11 goals.
Plus, y'all find 70 mils in like your couch cushion, so it's like it's not going to prevent you from throwing 200 mil at somebody if y'all wanted to. So, but y'all need a body, right? Y'all are one forward short. I feel like because Kovacic is not Gundogan, and I don't know if you have enough on the wings, or attacking mids, but I don't know.
I'm gonna miss my dog, man. Y'all enjoy him, Charles. I'm gonna miss him.
Ryan Gundo is crazy. Carter X, with your lasting words, can we get a bet? Arsenal City, a jersey swap of some sort? Y'all willing to?
But I need odds though. Like, look, if y'all win the Prem, I'll get you the 23-24 replica jersey. But if we win the Prem, then I want the official tissue with my name on the back.
With the patch.
Of course. But again, but the odds are balanced because that's stupid. You guys are like minus 275 favorites to win the Prem. Why would I do a even bet? Like, that's stupid. I'm a gambler. So replica kit, you can frame it. For me, official tissue with the patch and Ekis on the back. You know what I'm saying?
Deal. But I get to pick which kit.
Oh, fine. As long as it's replica, I don't care.
Okay, I gotta pick which kit for you because I ain't gonna have you out here if I'm gonna see you in a kit that I gotta pay to put the back of your name on the back of the jersey, I'm at least gonna pick the one I think is the most fire.
Well, I mean, have you seen the alternate jersey?
The third is fire.
I don't know if I saw. Did you send the third to the group?
Yeah,
nah.
I did.
With the green and the blue.
I already got the neon yellow. I look amazing in it with the matching training pants. That's neither here nor there.
Hey,
and
shout out to JK.
I'm just waiting for Arsenal.
I think I want this to be my lasting thought. I do hate that I hate United because I think they came up with some fire kits. That one, when I first saw it, I was like, that is ass. But when I saw it on the actual pitch, that's just kind of fire.
That's why I think Arsenal's road kit looks better on the pitch. I'm telling y'all, it looks fire.
I seen it on X, bro.
I'm sick of Puma, man.
Listen, yeah, but you know what? I accept it. But Charles, you know how I give it up. Like, you're not gonna catch me out here in the streets slipping. So if I'm wearing it, then it's X stamps. It's X
When you
approved,
come out,
baby.
he had though. I'm calling. We don't come out in public with that.
I'm wearing that next weekend when we go to the bar to watch Prem soccer. So get ready. I'm gonna light up the room. But I would say United got the best kits of the last decade, hands down.
Fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Their kits are more consistently fire than any other team. It's disgusting because they're incredible. Their kits.
I mean, that's why City had to switch to the colorway just to win it.
Yo, I hate chalk. I hate City. Like, look at the shit Carter's wearing. Like, that's the shit 8-year-old girls in Wisconsin wear for the Saturday morning league. Like, all he's missing is an orange slice. Like, get that fucking weak shit out of here. That's just ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he don't got no undershirt. That's too much neck for me. Too much collarbone exposed. I'm not a fan. But shout out to City though. You know what I'm saying? We'll see y'all in August or whenever it is.
Nah, we got some time. Carter, we appreciate you, my brother. Lasting thought for you, my man.
Well, this is what it looks like, you know what I'm saying, when you in shape X, you know what I'm saying? You got collarbones, you got neck. It's not my fault you should be Tylenol.
My traps have been described as Bill Goldberg like. You know what I'm saying? So please, let's be respectful. Like, what are we
I got
doing?
people on the streets asking to eat chicken noodle soup out of my trap. So let's just let's keep it what that is. But y'all be easy, man. I'm excited for this season. I truly am. I think that I know y'all gonna talk about it later in the episode, but I think like the big six, quote unquote, is like back. And I think that's gonna be good for the Prem. It's gonna be competitive.
We need it. We appreciate you. Take care, Big Trouble. The United Bros are here. Our boy JK, obviously, with us on the last segment with our city boy, Big Trouble with Carter. But now we are welcoming B. Reed. Gonna have some quick discussions with you. Braylon, do you have your top 6 ready, sir?
Yeah.
And
I'm saying it's stuck
in order. In order.
In order. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. 1 is Man City still. 2 is United. 3 is Arsenal. 4 is Liverpool. 5 is Newcastle. 6 is I'm going Aston Villa.
Let's go. No Chelsea, no Tottenham.
No Chelsea, no Tottenham.
Why not? For Chelsea.
Chelsea, 1, they lost in Nkunku. There's no Nkunku for the start of the season. For a while, actually. There's no, so then where are the goals coming from?
X? that sound familiar?
Where is the goal? Like, I have no idea where that goal is coming from.
I want to protect my state.
They're just signing people like it's they're playing FIFA. Like they're playing FIFA. They are just signing dudes and it makes no sense. They're not filling in gaps they need to fill in. They still don't have a keeper. They're talking about selling Kepa, but who really is finna do something back there? Like, it makes everything they're doing makes sense. It sounds like a guy that came from America playing on the baseball team. All they have to do is spin and trying to convert that into soccer when that does not work. That's not going to work over there. It's just not going to work. Spending money is not like we've said in United. You just don't spend money and that's it. You have to spend money with a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to be building something. You have to build things to get into places to go spend this outrageous amount of money to go get guys like Christopher Nkunku. Like, that should not have been a sign they did the year before. They should have tried to go get, the young up and coming guys. They should have been trying to get a Hoseland. I pronounced his name wrong. I just effed it up. That's my striker. I messed his name up. I completely messed it up. But still, they should go get guys at that level and build up to try to compete in the Champions League and competing for trophies, but they didn't. So no, they're probably going to be a bottom half team this season again. It makes no sense. Nothing over that makes sense.
JK, your top 6 are City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and United. With you, United, is it just a conservative one for you on this front? Were you in Braylon?
Yeah, it's conservative. I mean, The thing about it is we know what City is, and the other 4 teams outside of City could realistically go either way. I mean, I would have been higher on Chelsea too without the Nkunku news, but I just think there's an avenue for Arsenal, for United, for Liverpool, all 3 to be second in the table. Like, I can't look at any 3 of those rosters and be like, oh, there's a clear cut. Arsenal's the safe bet. Liverpool's the safer bet. But I mean, it depends. Like, Rashi's not going to have to play the 9 anymore. He's going to get to be out wide where he belongs. I mean, he could have a player of the year type season, and the back line is solid. The midfield is solid. I actually think ETH is going to bring a lot out of Mason Mount. It's literally going to come down to the strikers, because that's been the flaw. Can't poach goals, can't score. And you put Rashi up at the 9 and you lose a lot. So I don't know. I mean, I could see United finishing second. I could also see United finishing 6th. And that's just me being a realist. Like, there's the possibilities for this team are all over the place. Like, it's so hard for me to say. So I just decided to go right in the middle at 4, take the safe bet. Hopefully they finish higher than 4, but at least they'll be back in the UCL as long as they finish top 4 again.
Charles, I know that you have Tottenham. Wanted to make sure Braylon heard that from on your end in terms of being 3rd. Do you, from what you've seen just preseason, do you have more hope for Ange than ETH did, or than you did for ETH entering the season last year?
I would say I have more hope for Ange just because it's so obvious to see the difference in how Tottenham's playing. Like, it's night and day just with them actually playing attacking football. I didn't really expect much. I knew United would be better last year, but it took them a little while to really start playing like under his idea and getting his players in. I think so much of like what I think of United and all these teams is like, I don't think that they're like bad. I'm just like, they'll beat most of the teams in the like the bottom 12 teams. I just think they'll be a team that like struggles against like other Big 6 teams. They're going to struggle because I see them being at the level of being better than all the other teams, but I don't see them being like, I can't see them being like, I don't see them like, they'll obviously they always give City trouble just because of the in-town rival, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think they're on Liverpool's level. I don't think they're going to come to North, like they're not going to come to the Emirates to beat you guys. Like, I don't see them being good enough to do things like that to actually get them high enough to where they need to be. I also think, like, you guys are so confident that Rashford's not going to have to play striker, and it's just like, why? Because the guy that scored 9 goals last year is going to all of a sudden become a goal scorer. Like, there's no guarantee that, that's going to work out. I mean, you spent 100 million on Sancho, you spent 90 on the fidget spinner, and now you spent another 80 on my boy Rasmus. You spent 70 on Mount. I'm just saying, like, where I don't like, you guys don't, like, other than Casemiro, I don't see, like, there's not this long history lately of these signings really working out. So I'm not really putting my faith in
How many goals has any of your other guys that's not Harry Kane scored recently?
For who?
Tottenham.
Sonny won the Golden Boot 18 months ago.
Oh, okay. Outside of Son.
And an off year had more than 9 goals. He has a career of 100 Premier League goals. Rasmus has 9 goals in his
When Kane leaves y'all in 3 days, what are y'all doing then?
Not leaving. Okay, this in honor of my man.
I'm gonna be nasty. I'm gonna push all the agendas I can. Y'all are gonna be out of here again. It don't matter.
And 1 game a week. So y'all are getting prime time Harry Kane 1 time a week. That man's gonna be cooking. This is going to be Harry Kane's magnum opus this season. I think he's going to have. It's going to be the best season. I think like a 30-year-old with 1 game a week, with the way that I think Andy's going to keep every week putting this idea further and further into them. That I think they're just going to get better. I think at some point, like, I think Richie's got 10 goals in him this year. Like, I believe, man. What I saw today in the Gamper, man, it just really turned me up. Harry scored 4 goals the other day. I mean, Daniel Levy's on vacation, so he can't do nothing fucked up. Like, I mean, it's good times right now at Tottenham. So third, man, one game a week is going to benefit. Like, I think the one game a week is going to benefit either Chelsea or Tottenham in a very adverse way. The fact that they're just not fighting on any of those fronts. Like, it's an anomaly that teams of that quality are only playing one game a week. I think that's really going to benefit them.
Yo, Jacob, make sure you clip this and put this out tomorrow because when Kane goes to Bayern Thursday, I just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want this plastered all over the internet. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, what did Kane told both clubs today? He wants to draft by the end of the week. If he was committed to Tottenham, he would have told Bayern to go fuck themselves. He's pretty much just talking, saying, yo, cough up the extra 20 mil guaranteed so I can go to Germany and I can win the Bundesliga with no pressure on me. And then, we'll see what happens in CL. That's all.
They could also get me on the record saying that I think they should take that money. They should have been took that money. So like it's not a matter of like I think he's just gonna say because Tottenham's stupid. Like I don't. This isn't like some savvy business opinion.
You're gonna lose them for free. That is crazy. Tottenham is stupid. Oh my god,
like,
y'all are stupid.
Believe he's good at business. Like that's what I think.
That is the worst top six. That's the worst top 6/7 club in the top 6/7.
Build a stadium. We can't build a team.
That stadium is phenomenal.
Yes, they can build a stadium. They can build a stadium that's gonna have Beyonce concerts and Ed Sheeran's and Adele's and all that stuff.
They know how to do brisket sliders. Look, they know how to do brisket sliders. Them shits is phenomenal. For €4, can't beat it.
JK, is there a world in which ETH would either resign at the end of this year or be fired at the end of this year?
I don't think he'll get fired, but I don't know. I mean, y'all were talking about it earlier, and Cart was talking about the pressure with ETH, and we got to stop making the excuse eventually. And it's like, bro, 2022 was his first year with the club. Like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. I mean, now if he's asked this year, then that's when you got to start asking the questions. And I will say, like, because of the Glazers, he has missed out on some of the guys he wants, hasn't been able to get them. But I don't know. I mean, it's like what he took over last year and how he was able to finish down the stretch, get them back into the UCL. Like, I think there is going to be a cushion and give him a little bit of leeway because, like, this will be a full year. They beat Barca in Europa. Not to throw shade, Charles, just stating the facts here.
Don't even remember it.
Like, they did some quality things down the stretch. Now this year, if they don't get a top 4 finish, I don't think he gets fired. I don't think he resigns, but I do think he will be on the hot seat because this year, he hasn't got to build his team. He hasn't got to do this. Does go out the window a little bit. So I don't think fired or resigned after this year, but going into the next season, that's when that conversation could be. I don't know. I mean,
here's my question. Why would they let him spend that type of money on such a young striker that clearly needs to be developed if they didn't envision him there past this year? Because to me, if they don't finish top 4, now they are all that money, and then the guy who believed in that young striker, he's no longer there. And so that seems like a sunk cost. I feel like they believe in Hentag, and unless y'all finish like 8th, I feel like anything short of like a complete calamity, he's probably going to start next year as your manager, or at least he should if y'all are smart.
I don't think they're going to be that bad. I think a lot of this, at the end of the day, they're still like, I think the problem is, one, they need to get Mason Greenwood back. But we won't get into that. He's better than most of the other young players.
Oh, we can't talk about innocent people, Charles?
We should talk about the innocent. And they're really like the worst scenario is they're a Rashford pulled hamstring from playing Anthony Sancho and Rasmus together up front. Like, so like it's once again it's like that's where they end up 5th for me. and like falling, like my bad, I had 6. Falling off a cliff is like Rashford misses a month. They're in trouble. Like I think the league, everything that a lot of us are saying is a compliment to how competitive the league is going to be and how quality and deep we think the league is. So I think like I don't think that they can miss their best player for a month and get away with it. I don't think they can miss Bruno for a month and get away with it.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree with that, and that's why I think Arsenal.
They don't have the squad. They don't have the squad depth.
We not finna just push these agendas like Bruno is an injured player. I'm not putting it in the atmosphere. I'm not finna just. Yeah, no, I'm not finna just say, "Oh, Bruno missed a month." No, we not putting that in this atmosphere because we put that in the atmosphere. It's gonna no. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for him.
Playing for three. I mean, he don't play. I know he don't play for Portugal, so he'd be well rested.
Relax.
Relax. He's definitely he plays for Portugal, bro. He definitely is Portugal's top 3 player, and I respect him. I ain't gonna
out
cap.
there, but he ain't out there. Bruno does not play great on the national team. He really does. It's a lot of
who plays great for the national team. CR7 is ass, except for one game.
Okay, we can stop that slander right now. That's ridiculous.
I'm gonna slander him every chance I get right now. I ain't gonna cap. Playing in Saudi Arabia, celebrating bum goals. He's not here.
Y'all are excited. Mr. Nana is there. Your boy is.
We said it.
Y'all needed him out in June. Y'all was like, we needed David out.
Yeah, we said it. I mean, look, they got it done. I rock with Onana the long way. So, yeah, I mean, look, that's a crazy pause. I ain't gonna lie.
Crazy. That was crazy.
That's a crazy pause. I ain't gonna lie. That's insane.
That's insane. Move on.
You say, bro. You said I'm just trying to make sure it's out there, bro. Because that was crazy. That was crazy.
That was wild.
Saying you rock with someone the long way is a pause now. That's absurd.
Hey.
Damn.
Hey, can I say this? I think if y'all had Cody Gakpo as your 9, then I think y'all would actually win the league. I truly believe that. If y'all had Gakpo, I like Gakpo. I rate him that much, and I think he would have been perfect for Ten Hag and like what Rashford does. That's the type of guy you guys need up top because I actually. I like your back line a lot. Pause.
That's not a pause. That was not a pause. That was not a pause.
I'm being careful. Bruno, Casemiro, and now. Yeah, y'all are in good shape, man. Y'all need Casemiro to stay healthy, though. I would say that I still think he's your most important player. I think that's when you guys got stability because we know what happened in August. Braylon.
If I can't get the Moroccan, I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm not pronouncing your name right now. It's late at night for me. Yeah, if we can't get Amrabat, then we're definitely in trouble if he gets hurt. Because that's the only guy that potentially will fill the holding midfielder position, 6 position that can do it possibly. We're not finna have Scott. I know. Hopefully Scott is gone so we can get Amrabat. No, I'm not having Scott McTominay. I'm not gonna have Scott McTominay over there. No respect to Scotland, but no. Matter of fact, no respect to Scotland because that man is bad.
Braylon, give us who's gonna be your top goal scorer.
Bruno's gonna be top.
Oh, in the EPL.
Oh, EPL. Oh, damn. I hate that long hair mug. Holland. I hate it.
Player of the year.
Player of the year. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Tonali, Newcastle. I'm gonna just go way out there. New signing. Tonali, the center, the 6, the CDM. Newcastle just signed him.
Yeah, I know who he is, but you don't even have him. You have Newcastle finishing 5th, and you got him as your player of the year.
I'm gonna go out there. I don't want to say another City player. I'm not going to give City all that. I'm not going to give City that much. I'm not giving City that much. City can't have Golden Boot, Golden Glove. They're not finna play. They're not finna have all of that. No. I'm not giving that. I'm not giving that to City. They're not finna just have a trouble in back-to-back seasons. Hell no. Matter of fact, Bayern gets Harry Kane. Bayern's winning the CL, so that's all that matters. So hopefully that happens.
Most surprising team, Braylon, this year.
Most surprising team. I had to make an Europe place, and that's Aston Villa. I think what I'm blanking on his name, but I think what Emery is doing over there is he's making Aston Villa what a lot of people was hoping that they were going to be when they first got up here. Like they are really, really nice. Like they're signing guys that you would not expect. And then they all play for him. They play very hard for him. The press, the high energy. As much as I hate him, Martinez in the goal is always a difference maker and is a leader back there, even though he's an asshole. Aston Villa is like a real sleeper team that I don't think people talk about enough.
Your most disappointing team, Braylon?
I'm gonna say it all the time. Chelsea.
Sure.
The blue side of London is in hell.
And
that is
over under 0.5 trophies for United this year.
Ooh. 0.5. This is gonna be over.
Which one?
It's gonna be out of Carabao FA Cup though.
Back-to-back Carabao Cup champs. That's our aim this year.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. You have to start with something. You have to start somewhere. Hey. You have to start somewhere.
Oh man! All right, Braylon, we got you on record. We got those. We'll make sure we get that on the graph up there. Braylon, give us any lasting words as you would chew for United and for the EPL season, brother.
My lasting words is Arteta's the worst of the top 6 managers, and I know that for a fact. That's my last words, is to make sure I slander Arsenal too tonight. I will always slander Arsenal no matter what it is, because they still are top 2 rivals. We United. It's not City. It's Arsenal's number 2 behind Liverpool, and I will always slander y'all. Arteta is not that good. Gabriel Jesus is not that good. Y'all was talking. Dion was talking about goals and all for teams, but Arsenal striker still struggles to score goals like he should. That man is dead ass a number 10. He's a attacking midfielder. And then you signed Kai Havertz. Oh my God, that is nasty. I am going to slander Arsenal when y'all mess up during the season. I'm going to slander Arsenal. Yes, I'm just doing it. Y'all always be the butt of the joke for me.
While wearing a mint-colored V-neck and a linty do-rag. The sheer gall and fucking audacity to do that.
I'm gonna do it.
Honestly,
Hey,
should be saluted, bro.
hey, I'm a slander Arsenal every chance I get, man. You don't understand.
The United third kid.
Yeah, when you get in the kit, Braylon. You know what, Braylon?
Come on, bro. You know the answer to that.
Relax.
Hey, look. I'm on a college budget. I can't do it. I'm on a college budget. I don't have none of my home team's jersey shorts or jersey in there.
Think it's ain't giving them away?
Look, I don't have none. I have not had a jersey since 2015 of any kind. And that was an Ed Reed jersey that had my last name on it because my last name is Reed. So I could say it was a custom jersey. No.
Braylon, you are a character. Greatly appreciate you having on. We will get you back. We will make sure you get back on the pod after the Champions League draw, brother.
All right, man.
All right, Braylon, you take care, man. Well, it's 2 Tottenham guys now back on the pod, 2 Arsenal guys on the pod, and our boy JK, as we just got to wrapping up all things with United. Welcome our man Bobby Howard, our boy from, the great state of Oklahoma. Brother, it is good to have you here. And, I mean, you're not twice a week for the first time, playing 2 times a week for, the second time in 10 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time with no Europe for Tottenham, but I gotta say, I think towards the end of last year's campaign, a lot of Spurs fans were just kind of done with it. Nobody wanted to get in Conference League. No one really was even all that excited about Europa, if that was even a possibility. So the ability to just kind of focus on, league play, domestic cups. I think a lot of Spurs fans are pretty okay with that.
Realistic view. I like that. As you know, our boy Charles, he think there is no bigger Sunny fan in the world. And I think Charles, who lives in the continental United States and is not, I want to be politically correct, that is not in Asia. And so this is a big campaign for him, and let's call it a bounce back year. I think Andrew's going to get the most out of him. But Bobby, I guess let's just dive into your top six for the year.
Yeah, no,
in order, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to start. I think City take the league again. They're just too good across the board. I think that they're just no one's going to stop them again. I'm really big on Manchester United. I think they finished second. Third, and I hate to say it, I think Arsenal also very good. I think we have a bit of a three-way title race kind of, but City pulls away. They're just too good. Fourth, I'm gonna go full homer here, and I'm drinking the Ange Kool-Aid. I'm going Spurs. I am all in on Tottenham's new attacking philosophy. I know it's absolutely wild, but as a Tottenham fan, you got to get your optimism in early before the weight of Tottenham eventually just crushes you down again. So I'm going to go Tottenham fourth, Liverpool fifth, and then Aston Villa rounding it out with six. Big fan of Unai Emery. I think he does a great job, and a full season of Emery at Villa, I think gets him there.
I like the vibes there, Charles. I want you to chime in right there. It sounded pretty realistic there. That was good. That was good.
Barca ran out there today with the four midfielders, and them boys still held their own without Madison, without Sonny, without Kane. I don't know if you guys know, especially X, because he doesn't watch good football. When you're a Barcelona fan at heart, you learn about passing patterns and things like that. So to really watch the way that they were able to move the ball from one side to the other, actually change sides of the field today. Uncle Ivan was out there balling. I just think like the club more so like than anything too, like the club seems lighter. Conte kind of put like weight. I think like the energy and just the crowd. He kind of brought the entire vibe of the club down. Just the overall aura seems a little bit lighter. Obviously, a lot depends on if Harry's on the squad at the end of the week. But I just think like I said previously, I think Richie's got this style of football. I think Richie's got 10 goals in him. I think Sonny's going to be back to him flying self out there on both wings. And I think this is going to be the best season if Harry stays. I feel like Andrews is going to be able to get one, it being his last season of the contract. So it being like, I think it's going to be all the vibes of that, plus just the style of football is just going to make it even better. And I think Madison being out there, so Harry doesn't have to be our best midfielder, is definitely going to help. So we got horses, man. I think we're more talented than people give us credit for. We're a little, because you see Eric Dyer out there, and so it makes you forget about the other guys that can actually play. But we got some dogs. We just signed young Mickey. We just got young Mick. We got a new keeper. We got Hugo. Just pretty much quit on us after the World Cup. So, like I said, man, new vibes, positive vibes. I think, like I said, that plus Andrew's gonna be putting his idea of football in every week. And so I think with one game a week, just being able to focus on the idea of the opponent, and then like I said, you're getting Sonny on fresh legs. You're getting Harry on fresh legs once a week.
Yeah, and being away from just that regressive, crappy football that we've been dealing with, to Mourinho, to Nuno, horrible stuff, and then of course Conte playing the way he did. This is the first time in a long time since the really the golden Poch eras, where we've been forward thinking, attacking, and I'm just so excited to see it in action. And obviously you don't want to overreact to what happened in Barcelona today, and especially in that first half, but it's just exciting. It's just exciting to see them play it in a way that doesn't make you want to, fall asleep at 6 a.m.
I definitely I may have priced an Oliver Skip jersey today. I may have priced one just to see how much I know what the shipping and handling was.
I love it. I love it. I need the odds on Oliver Skip, total goals because I don't know. I'm sure there's no Oliver Skip Golden Boot on there, but I don't know. That I'm telling you, he's sneaky. I love Skippy.
Yeah, he is a sneaky player, no doubt. Who do you have as player of the year? Or actually, excuse me, who's your bottom three, Bobby?
Right. So I think Luton and Sheffield United just aren't on that tier yet. I think Burnley stay up. I think Wolves go down. Wolves have just been slowly just completely unraveling. Apparently their manager is already trying to get out less than a week before the season starts. So obviously a really
Let him
what's
go
that?
today. They let him go today.
There you go. He's already out. So I just to me, Wolves just seem like a disaster. I think they're going to go down. Every year they flirted with it, but this is the year the bottom falls out with the Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Man, it's just something about seeing Wolves in the EPL. Like I just can't see them going down to the championship. But I don't like the vibes with them right now. I don't like. I mean, Traore is still a free agent, by the way, which is. I'm not saying he's a good soccer player. It's just like, can you just get something back for your culture? Like, it's just like kind of weird not seeing him on there. Actually, former Barcelona. Actually, did he start out with y'all, Charles, in the academy? I have to double check that.
Like half from Camp Now.
I gotta make sure. I gotta see that in the camp now. So, who's your most surprising? Who's gonna be your most surprising team, Bobby?
Well, considering I have Spurs at 4, I have to go with Tottenham. I think a lot of people have them kind of dead in the water after the abysmal finish, and I don't blame them. But I think a lot of Tottenham fans, especially right as the news kind of started coming that we're looking at Postecoglou, nobody really wanted that. But as times kind of come through, I think people have warmed up to him and in some cases just fully gone all in on him. And I just think that attitude of positivity, but not thinking that you're above the club like so many of our previous managers other than Nuno have, that's going to help a lot. Of course, I think Kane staying or leaving, like if Kane stays, yeah, I think that's more realistic. But overall, I think the overall vibes are a lot better. Shored up the defense with our new with Van de Ven, so would very pumped about that. And then the creativity that James Maddison unlocks, regardless of Kane staying, is I think going to be massive. We've needed a creative attacking midfielder for so long. And then, if Bentancur gets back quick and is healthy, I'm just saying this team could be really, really good and surprise some folks.
All right. I like that. And your most disappointing team this year?
I can't shake Chelsea. I think they're not. I just the vibes since Todd Bowley has bought the club just haven't. Right. I think Poch is good, and I don't think it'll work. They still don't really have a striker. They don't really know what they're doing there. And to me, I think ultimately they just, I think the hype is just a little bit too strong for Chelsea. Like they're just going to pop right back up to the top 4, Champions League contending squad that a lot of people think they have been in the past. And I don't see it. I think there's just too much going on at the club, too much of a weird vibe. I think they're going to disappoint a lot of people.
Okay. All right. And do you have Harry finally getting his golden boot?
I don't think anyone's stopping Haaland. That guy's a machine. I think Haaland, both goal scoring wise and player of the year. Haaland he's next level. Because that team built around him makes it so easy for him to score. So give me Haaland for player of the year and golden boot.
All right. Chalk it is for Bobby. My question for you is this. How are you all comfortable in supporting a team of which the owner completely plays with your emotions every transfer window? the last 3 years and how you've dealt with the Harry Kane situation. Harry Kane didn't want to come to camp. Then he decides when they were playing City, he's not going. Like, how are y'all comfortable with this?
Well, I think what it is, at some point you just mentally disassociate when it comes to that. You just kind of, so is it healthy? No. But I think at some point I'm just like, you see the K news back and forth, and you don't want him to leave, but emotionally at this point you're just kind of numb to it, because I think it's been a thing over and over again that now it's like, okay, well, it's just another year of Kane almost leaving. So yeah, I think that's what it is. Disassociation.
Charles,
Oh man.
I've never asked you, because you're out if Sonny's out, right? It's a wrap.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm out. I've kind of bought into, now that I've been in the stadium, I've kind of bought into like full Spurs culture. But I'm not gonna be here for like, if we're not playing in Europe for like 3, 4, 5 years. Yeah, count me out. I'll suffer. Toronto will be my suffer team. Like, I'm gonna ride that for life. But I gotta stay. Like, we stopped making Galaxy jerseys and things like that. Like, the clothing goes down. Okay, now I gotta get out of there, because Levy is running us into the ground. I do have a breaking point of like, now I can't support like bullshit management. But the stadium's amazing, and like Egg said, the brisket is
nice. That's what's up. JK, who wins a trophy next? United or Tottenham?
Oh God. It's funny because I have both of them winning trophies.
You do?
I have United. For those of you who don't know, I have United winning the FA Cup, and I have Tottenham winning the Carabao. So
there it is.
Oh man. It's
but like, I mean, you gotta, if that's what you think, you gotta hold true to your words.
No, yeah, I mean, I just think, I mean, Bobby said it. He's high on United. Obviously, I'm a United fan, so I'm going to be a little biased. I don't think they're ready for the Prem League or UCL jump yet, but I do think that they are ready for the FA Cup jump, which would obviously be the step up from Carabao. So it would be, back-to-back progression over trophies in a year. And then I think Tottenham is obviously, like you guys have been saying, the Kane thing is a huge deciding factor in this. But in terms of the trajectory for Tottenham, winning the Carabao, putting them on that similar trajectory to what United was last year makes sense, because new management, new play style, getting the right pieces. I think Tottenham this year is very comparable to Man United last year.
Oh, I don't mind that. Take it on. Okay, go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead. Jump on that.
I like that. I honestly do like that take. Because I mean, last year with United, it was Ten Hag coming in, completely resetting the culture around that entire club, and the way he did it, the speed he did it was massive. And I think Ange can do the same thing. I agree with you on that sense, though. I think Carabao is probably where Spurs win a trophy, if anything. Which, in previous years we would send out our like B squad because Mourinho or Conte doesn't care about it. I don't see Big Ange, being light on that. I see him rolling out all the horses each match, regardless of what's going on. And with Europe, not even in the question, now you can really do that. So I think Carabao is absolutely the move. Just being realistic. And as a Spurs fan, we haven't won anything since what, like, I don't know, 2008, 2009, sometime when Sam Bradford wasn't even in the NFL yet. So yeah, it's been a long time. So I would take the energy drink trophy 100% all the time. It would be my Super Bowl. But yeah, and yeah, that might be a little lame, but we just need something to get the no trophies off our back.
it's really funny because like it's really just the management for me of why I have that Tottenham United take, because there's very few guys who are those like polarizing guys who really come in and they don't care. They're completely shifting it to their play style. I mean, you saw ETH did it. He had to bring in a lot of pieces the transfer window in the middle of the year in order to make it work. Then you started seeing a lot more goals. I mean, that's how Ange is. Like, he doesn't care. He's going to play his philosophy. He's going to play his style. He's going to bring in the pieces as he can. But at the end of the day, when you're in a position like Tottenham is in, like you saw what they did against Barca today. And I know Charles keeps talking about it. Like, that's the style you have to have when you haven't been very good. Just go out there, run around the pitch and try to score. Like, it's like there's no, like, don't try to overcomplicate it. Don't try to do too much. Like, and he gets that, which is why I think they will win the Carabao, and it's why I think they are similar to United last year, because you're not going to take, like, and just one of those dudes, you're not going to take him off his. He's going to play how he plays regardless. He doesn't care who the matchup is or who's in front of him.
Yep, absolutely. I agree.
All right. All right. Bobby, we are going to ask you, if you could rank the top 6 teams now. And I don't mean in terms of EPL, but like when we say big 6 in terms of your trajectories, if we the big 6 now in the EPL.
A real big 6. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, City, they just completed a treble, the treble, and I mean, it's hard not to say it's City 1. I hate to say it, probably Arsenal, really well run right now. 3 United, massive brand, obviously. But yeah, everything with the Glazers, everything with the stadium is a little suspect, but I think 2 and 3 are interchangeable. Liverpool, obviously massive as well. Man, I really think 2 through 3 are probably interchangeable, but I'm just kind of rattling them off.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then I think there's definitely a dip, and it's Spurs. I would say Spurs 4. Obviously, it's not getting it done in the trophy cabinet, but there have been good years. I'm sure Daniel Levy, if he could make a trophy for top 4 finishes, or most frugal businessman, he would stuff his cabinet with it. All along with all the NFL games and Beyonce concerts. That's what he loves most. But Spurs have been, throughout all of this madness, they've still been consistent. They've still won a lot, and they've elevated their status from a total joke with like nothing to still a joke, but win a lot and aren't like, they're not mid-table. And I think, to me, that's something to be said. And then I got Chelsea. I think Chelsea this is a pivotal year for them. If they continue to be, mid-tier bad under Bully, I mean, you gotta be nervous, because he's put a lot of financial, the amount of money he's put into this thing with like little returns has to scare you. And it's just, to me, I feel like they're the ones that could really slip, or they could just continue to be the Chelsea we've known since Abramovich bought them back then. So that's who I have for my 6. I think I counted that right.
Charles,
Listen, Chelsea might be 2 seasons away from being a 10-pot club. Not gonna lie.
Love it.
do you think he'd know, Charles, if they don't make it to Europe this year? I mean, Bowley kind of feels like that type
Not
of
that quick. Not that quick, but I mean, I can see him going real Prokhorov with this whole situation.
Yep.
I think Jacob said it right. We have to clip that, by the way.
Bro, listen, as a Red Sox fan, I can sympathize with Chelsea because you won the UCL in 2021. The Red Sox are the kings of winning the World Series, and they go from first to worst. They don't even make the playoffs. That's like what Chelsea just did. It's like you won the UCL and then you're not even in Europe. Like it's bad. There's a lot of problems, and I do like what they brought in, but as bad as guys were for them, they lost a lot too. Koulibaly, Havertz, Mason Mount. Like it's not like they just brought in things and didn't lose anything. So I mean, I don't know. Chelsea is in the same way I said I could see United finishing second and I could see United finishing sixth. I could see Chelsea finishing fourth. I could see Chelsea finishing 11th. Like there's just they're all over the place.
Charles, if there was one player in the EPL that you could take from another team and sub them into your 11 for Tottenham, who would it be?
I'm not gonna say Holland because it's a stupid answer.
Also because you think that Harry's better than Holland too.
Yeah, that's true. I would take McAllister.
And take, well, let me ask you this. Would you be willing to give up Madison for McAllister?
I would throw Madison into oncoming traffic for McAllister.
Oh, that's insane.
That's
Love
incredible.
that.
One player McAllister would be it for you. What about for you, Bobby?
And I don't know. I need to think about it. I mean, you got to shore up the defense, especially with Big Ange's style. You know, maybe throw in a Trippier. I know. Obviously, you know,
Bringing him back.
Maybe throw him back. I don't know. Maybe throw him back. I don't know. That's a tricky one.
For
yeah,
your
see,
squad,
I'm lucky. This is
what Manchester for you?
this an easy answer for me. It's Harry Kane. And I know people are gonna be like, oh my God, Kane over Holland.
That's what I was.
Holland is what Holland is doing at City.
Mm-hmm.
He would still be great at United, but he would not be doing what he's doing at City at United because the roster is not built the same. I can put Harry on United. He's eating. Like Harry is so versatile. He can pass. Like when he gets it in the middle, he can go out wide with it, overlap it. Like he does everything. Harry Kane, you could plug him into United system tomorrow and ETH. Like it's perfect. Whereas Holland, I don't feel the same way about that with Holland. Like I think Holland is a great player, but he also needs the perfect environment to do what he's doing. Like, I don't know. I would say Harry Kane, like easily. Wouldn't even think about it.
I had United
Kane's
finish.
way more dynamic.
I had United finishing second if they got Kane over us.
Yeah.
I truly believe that. In fact, I actually think United, with a little bit of luck and maybe somebody in January to just help in the midfield, I think they could have. I think they could have won the league. That's how much I think about how solid United is now in the back, and if Casemiro's to stay healthy. But that's because I've seen Casemiro be the linchpin between Modric and Kroos, and just go win back to back Champions Leagues. That's what Kane would have been perfect for United because he's also used to the Champions League too. That matters. Like, bro, do you see teams that like they get shell shocked when it's in Champions League, and Tottenham never did. They never got shell shocked when they were actually there. I don't remember them not making the round of 16 ever when they were getting in. That's because you need goal scorers. You need goal scorers at the end of the day when it comes down to it. For me, and the one I actually thought about this for y'all Tottenham, for having Ruben Diaz. I think if you just had that one dude who could just shore up anything in the back for Tottenham, and you just trust it because of Ange, how good he is, he's going to figure out, he's going to score goals. That ain't no problem. I ain't got to worry about that. You go back and look at the statistics from Celtic and what he's done. It's been incredible. So Ruben Diaz would have been my pick for y'all, just to make sure that you have somebody is protecting your goalkeeper and protecting and bringing the whole back line together. But for Arsenal, yeah, here's my hot take, and I'll just put it out there. I think I'm in a safe space for the moment to say it. We're getting Harry Kane on a free next year. But he's coming to North London. I think Harry's going to come back and be with his boyhood squad from when he was growing up, 9 years old. All the English there's a comfort level there with Bukayo, Declan, Ramsdale. Probably going to get one or two more English players, but Harry's coming on a free, y'all. Just let y'all know.
I mean, surely he knows about Sol Campbell, right? Like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it worked out for Sol Campbell, but Kane can't do that. You know, I
can't.
It would be Sol Campbell times 1,000 in terms of like how bad it would be. In terms of he would be one of the most hated. It would be one of the most hated moves ever. It would just completely tear up his entire legacy if he went to Arsenal. I feel like.
Why would it though? Because he's been a loyal servant to y'all, and Levy didn't. I mean, he's been the one hostage the last 3 years.
Right. Okay, I get that, and I'm not saying it's rational. I'm saying it's the fan irrationality because the rivalry is that intense. Arsenal is that hated that there's just one team you don't go to. I think there are even some people who, are pissed off at Pochettino for going to Chelsea, but not as much. It's just not Arsenal. You just can't do that. I just really, and I understand the Levy thing, but that's a level that would just be too far. It'd be hilarious though. I see you smiling. I know how much y'all would love it. It would.
That's the thing, Charles. I know you can see it.
Nah.
No, you can see it.
No. It makes sense, but no.
I think I'd give up the sport. I think I'd just be done.
That's worse than Sonny leaving. Like, that would be worse.
Yeah, for you, exactly. But I don't think a Sonny wouldn't come. But I mean, Harry knows about being
my jersey. If Harry joins Arsenal, I'll turn my kit that day.
Yeah, I mean that would be an embarrassment unlike any other, and that's saying something for Tottenham Hotspur. But yeah, that's like delete club level bad.
He's the exact player that actually United and Arsenal need. And what I am nervous about is if the young Norwegian doesn't come through for them, well, young Scandinavian player, but if he does not come through for them, why wouldn't they just take Harry on the free? All you gotta do is just pay his wages in. That is my worst nightmare. It's my worst nightmare because they could take over City.
It's gonna be fire in soccer. I'm just sorry. No. His name's Rasmus. Like, I just don't see it. Like, I just don't. I'm not in name shit. I just can't believe in him.
Hey,
Rasmus, bro.
All I know is I'm believing simply for the fact that his last name is pronounced that close to Holland. Shit's pronounced Hoyland. if he can give me 50%.
I saw that chili bowl. I was out.
Oh man, Bobby, give us a little lasting word, man. You're excited for this for the season, and also just even last word on Tottenham if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Throughout all of last year's disaster, somehow I've come out on the other end incredibly excited to watch Tottenham Hotspur. Very excited to get this thing going in the right direction. To watch Big Ange do his work, get that offensive style of play that I've desperately been craving. Can't wait to watch that. But also at the same time, there is that existential dread of when is this thing going to go wrong? And now I have a new thing to worry about, which is Harry Kane going to Arsenal and ruining everything. So where there is optimism, there is an equal amount of, oh God, this is eventually going to go horribly wrong. So I'm gonna try to push one of those down and just try to be optimistic and happy, because I really do think this team is going to get things together, get things clicking, regardless of if Kane is on the roster or not. And yeah, that's the joy of a new season. Regardless of what happened, you push on, hope for 3 points every weekend, and hopefully things change at Spurs, but they're Spurs, so you never know.
Bobby, we appreciate you coming on, brother. Jacob, we're gonna give last word to you, and Charles, we'll have you finish it up as well. So go ahead, Jacob.
Only thing I gotta say is I think about it. You guys were talking about Greenwood. I don't think we want both them Masons on the field at the same time, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Nasty work. Absolutely nasty work.
Oh.
That might be the most that might be the worst duo to ever hit the pitch. I mean, God almighty. But no, I'm excited. Can't wait to see what ETH does. Hopefully Hoyland can come through. He's only like 20 years old. Hopefully Charles is not manifesting Rashford's injury. Hopefully he does not pull a hamstring, or we will be cooked. And I'm excited. Midfield looks good. Backline looks good. Come on, just bring back some Red Devils footy, and I will be getting that white kit expeditiously.
Oh yeah,
it is so tough. That white kit is so tough.
It really is. I ain't gonna hate. Charles, man, appreciate you. You've been fantastic. Obviously, always throwing in the great knowledge from the EPL aspect, but your lasting word, because the next time that you and I talk, we'll be discussing the Spanish Giants, in my opinion, two of the 3 best teams in the world. When we next talk with Madrid and Barcelona, but give everybody your feedback on EPL.
I mean, EPL is going to be. It's just. I mean, it's only been 2 months, but it feels like it's been so much longer.
Yes. Yes.
38 weeks, baby. Be locked in. I think this is going to be one of the when we were getting into who's going to finish 6th, 7th, 8th. I'm like, Jesus, like, yeah, this might be one of the most competitive Premier Leagues we've seen. So pretty excited about that. I still just want to note that despite all this amazing English football we're about to see, an English team still hasn't beaten a Spanish team in a final in 20 years. Just want to point that out before we keep it moving. Spanish football, always. Yeah.
Facts of life. There it is. Really excited for the season. I think that expectations are sky high for Arsenal Football Club. There is no way that Arteta can say that he hasn't been backed. I actually think that there's no way that ETH can say that he hasn't been backed by their ownership this year. And from whether it's the right folks, we still need to know. I will say that I am a little concerned about how Declan Rice, as a 24-year-old, will handle being $100 million player, 100 million euros, or 105. That matters, and that'll be the talk all the time, because you may not be able to see it in goals, you may not be able to see it in assists, and then how do you quantify someone's worth? But how he handles the pressure as well, because not only in terms of the manager, and then Arteta. It has to be a trophy. It's beyond the Community Shield, even though I actually rate the Community Shield over the Carabao Cup, especially if it's against City. But a trophy and a top 4 finish is the expectations for Arsenal, one way or the other. Gotta win.
One more thing. Are you guys looking more forward to the Chelsea-Liverpool batch on the 13th or the United-Tottenham batch on the 19th?
United Tottenham for me. I can't wait to see that, especially because of I think I think it's gonna be fun. That's another thing. Ange and ETH are there will be fun managers in terms of getting up and down. You will not usually that match is a pretty boring match though too. In terms of United Tottenham, it won't be this time around.
No, those stamina bars about to be empty.
Yeah. No question. What you think, Charles? What about for you?
Yeah, I'm marked in on. I mean, The thoughts of waking up early for these Tottenham games have scarred me from last year. I mean, if you wake up 15 minutes late, we're already down 1-0. It's not like that's. We didn't say that. We went through all these segments talking about Tottenham, and I'm just happy we're not going to give up goals in the first 15 minutes. Like, maybe we'll score first. Who knows? No, we couldn't do that.
It'd be a nice surprise. Jake, that was a great question. What about you, Bobby? Who are you looking forward to?
Oh, absolutely. Spurs United. I think that's going to be a very exciting litmus test to see how, Ange is getting on and how that team is supposed to be. And, last time this fixture was played at Tottenham, go down 2-0, come all the way back. Exciting stuff. So I'm pumped to see it. I think it'll be very good stuff. A very, very good match, depending on whether or not Kane stays. That's a big home crowd boost if he comes back. There'll be a lot of he's one of our own chanting going on. So I think that one's going to be pretty damn good.
And it's at 12:30, so I can catch some Z's. I ain't got to wake up too early.
Oh, the best.
Beautiful.
And it's week before week 0 too in college football. So
that's what I love though, is like to actually get some exciting matches in the first 2 weeks of the season. Oh my God, it's gonna be beautiful.
Perfect. And Friday, our boy, 3 days from now, Vincent Kompany bringing Burnley. That's crazy, by the way. He brought Burnley all the way back up, and him and Pep are going to be going at it. This is going to be great, man. So glad we're here. Bobby, appreciate you, my man, giving us some Central Time love. JK, as always, it's always great having you on the pods, man. Love all the work that you're doing for Multiplicity Media. Charles, thank you, my brother. We are back here. We are locked in. Football is here. Even though our boy Messi, for the first time, is not in European football for our liking, there's still some exciting times that's going to be happening. And then you never know, we may have an emergency pod because just like they did in Cleveland when they got rid of the witness, PSG was scrubbing off that poster off the Park the Princes today. So Gary said, nah, you ain't going to show up, or you doing the individual trading. They got rid of them. Make sure you were clicking that like button. Make sure you were subscribing to All Things Multiplicity Media. Yes, indeed, 38 weeks locked into the second Saturday, actually to the first Saturday in June. And who knows? Maybe we'll be in Wembley for an Arsenal-Barcelona final, or an Arsenal-Real Madrid final, or an all-English final in Wembley. All we know is that Mikel Arteta is 12-0 when it comes to the Wembley as a player and a manager. So make sure y'all follow on everything Multiplicity Media. Enjoy the football season, everybody.